The tropics, because it was a storm that changed Florida's history. 30 years ago today, Hurricane Andrew devastated Miami-Dade County. That Category 5 storm making landfall near Homestead.
And crossing the state and exiting Florida between Florida Bay and Everglades City in southwest Florida. Collier County saw nearly $30 million in damage. Nearly 5,000 properties took on significant damage. Fox 4 meteorologist Andrew Shipley spoke to people across Florida who remember that storm from that day.
We are living in a mobile home in the middle of nowhere. My dad was a farmer out there in Devil's Garden. And, here comes this big storm rolling in, and we were going to be on the outer bands, and we lived in a mobile home. So let's get out of here. Let's evacuate.
30 years ago, then 13-year-old Michael Harloff was living in the Clewiston area in Hendry County. His family evacuated to Manatee County ahead of Hurricane Andrew. Harloff remembers coming back home to find his family home spared, something many Floridians couldn't say. There
was not much cleanup around Clewiston area, but being in Clewiston, I had a lot of friends that were from Miami. A lot of classmates that had family down there, and they so they had some devastation. They experienced some devastation.
Harloff, who's now in real estate, says Hurricane Andrew changed the building codes in the state.
Came out of it was stronger wind codes and building standards, and just like any other devastation, it was, I guess, something we learned off of it. Like anything else.
Learn is exactly what happened in Florida after Andrew.
Things changed dramatically when it came to emergency management, safety, preparedness, but the building codes, that was the biggest thing, to where today we have the strongest building codes in the country.
Those improved building codes were seen firsthand by National Weather Service Warning Coordination meteorologist Robert Malella during the landfall of Category 4 Hurricane Irma in 2017.
Really, outside of some small pockets here and there, a lot of that area, Marco Island and Naples, fared quite well from a structural perspective. And I think that's a testament to those stronger building codes.
While building codes have improved, Eric Salna at the FIU Wall of Wind said there's still room for improvement.
Every $1 we spend in mitigation saves $7 to $8 in damage or cleanup. So, yes, Andrew changed so many things, but today we are doing much better than where we were 30 years ago.
And as we look back on Andrew, it was August 24th when that named storm made landfall. An overall quiet season for them, but we have to remember, Katie, it only takes that one storm.
It only takes one.
And this year alone, we're just seeing the slowest start since 1982. So, I mean, we're talking a long time ago.
Exactly. And if you look at the gap, Andrew, between when we saw our last system, as of right now, this is the longest gap that we have seen. It's the second longest on record going back through 1950.
Yeah, we're talking about Colin. That was an early July, right around 4th of July weekend. And
it's been 52 days.
It's a long time, and people get complacent when you start talking about that.
Exactly, and I think we have to remember, like you said, all it takes is one. So this is something that we want to take a look at, because this was the first named storm of the season, impacting us as a Category 5. It also affected parts of southwest Florida, as we just heard, and this is how it affected parts of southwest Florida. 70,000 trees destroyed in Everglades National Park, extensive flooding across Everglades City as well as Goodland, so especially across southern Collier County. More than 400 rode out. This is kind of impressive. Rode out the storm in Marriott Hotel on Marco Island. Meanwhile, Collier County kind of saw the brunt of this. $30 million in damage and nearly 5,000 properties with significant damage. Now, as of right now, tropics are quiet close to home across the Gulf, but there are two waves of energy that we're currently tracking in the Atlantic. We'll dive deeper into this part of my forecast coming up in the next 15 minutes.